Hey guys. Anyone know how to change the background on a Google Doc? I did it once, that's why it's gray, but I don't know how to get to it again. Hey Rachel. Is it page setup maybe? It is. Okay, I'm gonna try to make it black. Oh, that's kind of nice. Should I make the table black too? Oh, I don't know then. How do I see? Maybe I could make the table white. How do I do that? I don't want to do it in Word. Table. Oh. How do I edit the lines of a table on Google Docs? So just like this. I want all of them to be white though. Select it all. Yeah, I'm playing around a little bit with the layout. I just thought it would be cool to have, hold on, I gotta make this smaller for you guys. I was wondering if I could make the background of this just all black. But if I make it black, then I can't see the table, so I'm just figuring that out. It takes me a minute. I don't know if I'll be able to do it on here. Hey, Erin. Hey, Nessa. I just had it. What would I... Oh, I have to make it big, that's why. And then it disappears for you guys, but... It was a border color. Oh. Border width, border color, but that is only going to change one. I'll have to play around with it. Hey, Nikki. Alright, so we're going to continue reading through August of 1903 today. Ralph comes back to us in August, I think. Yeah, I think it's late August. So he will start writing again on August 25th. So when we get there, actually on August 23rd, when we get to August 23rd, remind me so that I start adding his stuff in here too. But other than that, we can just keep reading Georgia's until we get there. See, I kind of like how that disappears into the background. But then... I wonder if I just highlight... This is like... this. Sorry, this is gonna like... If I do all that, does it work? No, it doesn't let me edit. Oh, it does. It does. Border color. I wonder if I hit all. No, if I do Control A, it doesn't let me. Sorry, I'm gonna make the screen flash. Oh, I think I got it. Highlight it at the top. Craziness. Okay, this should work. Border color white. Please. Okay. And then I don't know why this is all gray. I can change that later, but I kind of like the text just floating. Sorry. It always takes me like a minute in the beginning to figure out what I'm doing. So, Georgia's diary, we left off on August 11th. I also took some pictures. I didn't upload them yet, but I took pictures of those random pages that we found in the back of the diary last time. We found like 5 or 6 entries that were meant as add-ons throughout, and some of the entries, like the original ones, we've read already, so I figured we could go back and add to the old entries. I just haven't gotten to upload them because I literally just took the pictures. So if you give me a second, I can upload them and we can look at them after. I did make a live event for next week. For those of you who like to sign up for them, I'm going live on Wednesday next week, not Thursday like usual, because it's Halloween on Thursday, and I know a lot of people would have plans and stuff, and I'm going to need to be answering the door for trick-or-treaters and all that jazz, so I figured we'd do Wednesday next week, and then we'll go back to normal Thursdays after that. Okay, I'm going to upload these little memos of Georgia's, and then we could look at them maybe at the end. There's also, I don't know if Felicia's here, but there's also a bunch of notes about her finances for each month that I didn't realize were there. Like a list of all the things she purchased and how much she spent on the diary even, which is cool. It was 75 cents. Alright, hopefully these upload. Looks like they're working. Do we want to do the memos first? Or just jump back into August? What do you guys want to do? There's only a few that would apply, but there's like quite a bit. I can open them. This is a list of her friends and where they live. And then there's just little entries. These are like, I guess if she ran out of room on the original entry, she would add on. So January 30th, we would have one. I don't know if this is the same. 2, 3. We'd have 3 to read. Do you guys want to do that now? Or do you want to just keep going with the order that we've been doing and we can come back? This is a recipe for something to put on chapped hands, if anyone has chapped hands. Yeah, sounds good? Okay, thanks, Rachel. I needed that. Thank you, Nikki. Okay, so it looks like January 30th, we can kind of go back in time, which is a little fun. All the way back to January 30th. And you'll see now there's 2 different sides because Ralph was writing back then. But some of you who just came in today or last week might not even know who Ralph is. But he's coming back. Yeah, there's not too many. Okay. So on January 30th, this is what Georgia wrote in her actual diary. She wrote, after breakfast, went down to Aunt Ad's. We have a picture of her. After dinner, went up to the Osbornes and back to Allie's, and we went then to call on Mr. or Mrs. something. We never figured out who it was. Went to Aunt Becky McMilkin, ? So we weren't sure about that either. Then got my grip and started for Depot. Stopped at Allie's mother, then to Ed Kober's, and she then went to the depot with us. Walked home from the depot, had supper, and helped do the dishes. Pleasant day. Expected Ralph at 5:10, but he missed his connections and came at 8 o'clock. You haven't missed anything yet, Heather. I am reading through some extra entries that I found in the back of the diary, so we're kind of going like back to January because this one here applies to this same entry. So I think I'm going to I'll add on here and I'll say in memos or memoranda in back of diary. Yeah, so I guess she must have ran out of room. So it says, a crowd of us, including myself and Ralph, Myrtle, Myrtle R. We have a picture of her too, and Chet S, Mabel D, and Clarence Bryden, Rose and James Bryden. These are new people. Lou and Bertha Aiken went over and surprised Mr. Hold on, and Mrs. We might have just figured something out. Mrs. Earl Shepherd this evening. Had a Very nice time. Okay. First of all, we've got pictures of some of these people, so I might as well show you that. Because that's always fun. Is it Adeline? Yeah. So this is Aunt Ad's. Her great Aunt Adeline. Then we have Myrtle and Chet. So at the time, she calls her Myrtle R because this is her maiden name, Myrtle Rush. And she marries Chet Shaw, so that's Chet S. Then who else do we have? These are new people, so I'm going to make a list for us. I think later we'll have the little detectives deep dive. That's what I'm going to call it, when my Patreon subscribers can come on to the live and we'll do the research at the end. So, Mabel. I have Mabel D, but she might be related to Clarence, so I'm going to write her down. I don't know, maybe not, but Clarence Bryden, Rose and James Bryden, Lou and Bertha Aiken. I had found Lou Aiken, I think, a while ago, but I wasn't sure if it was him, so I don't know if it's actually him. And then I was thinking, Mr. and Mrs. Earl Shepherd. There was a couple who she said returned from some, like, I don't even know if she said where they returned from, but they came back and they had just gotten married and they threw confetti at them or rice at them or something because they just got married. But I can't remember when exactly it was, but God, what was her name? She said the name of the girl. I don't remember any specific words to look up, though, unfortunately. They came back on the train and they threw, I don't know if it was they threw rice or they threw confetti. I'll try to search confetti. Not confetti. We riced them good. Okay, Ellen and her man. So it's possible that Ellen is Earl Shepherd's wife. And if so, that would be cool to finally find them because we could not find them. We had not enough information before. Okay, so then we were on January 30th. I believe this bottom part is also the same day. She had a lot to write on this day. So, when Ralph got home from train, we had all gone, not capital, but I telephoned for the house as I saw a freight and thought maybe he came on that, and he just got in the house. He came to the phone then and talked, and we then waited for him. At the Globe Cafe. Oh, another place to look up. Globe Cafe. By the RI Depot. Until he got over there. Then we went on to Ellen's. Yes, happy Diary Detective Day. Happy Thursday. Addie and the Diary Detectives. Sounds like a cool band name. Okay. So we know that the Globe Cafe is near the train depot, the RI depot. That must be a specific train line. So there's a clue. Yes, and then Ellen. Oh yeah, hold on. Thank you, Nikki. Because Ellen could possibly be Earl's. That must be her then, because Ellen was the girl who I said maybe is Mr. and Mrs. Earl Shepherd, Earl and Ellen. Okay, that's a huge clue. Thank you. I, like, forgot. It has to be her. So we'll look that up. Rock Island Lines, thank you. I'm gonna write that down. You're right. There's so many different railroads over there, especially back then, too, with all abbreviations for names. So thank you. Okay, so we'll go to July 7th now, because she definitely, I guess, had more to say. It sounds like it's for the carnival, which will be fun. Little bonus entries. July 7th. Alright, so this is what she wrote, like, on her own, on the regular July 7th entry. Got up at 6:45, helped with the work all day, took the boys out to work, and then went up to the store after flour. Went downtown and went in the market and saw Myrtle a while. In evening, we went into the carnival. Myrtle, her cousin, Chet, Gert, and Freese, R, and I went in. We never found Freese. Had a fine time. Earl and Ellen came over in the evening a while, but went home early. There's another mention of Earl and Ellen. It must be them. Went to bed some after 12, warm. So this is what she adds on. The carnival is like a midway. Carnival is like a midway. Lots of things. Great deal going on. Saw smallest train. Oh, this is cool. She's telling us, like, the specifics. And went in to see Hindu the Mystery, which is good. Saw also the girl up there. Hinder? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that sounds better. But we can definitely look in the newspapers too. I'll add that to our list. We'll do that together. Now we have a lot to look up later. And the girl up there. Girl up there. Serpentine dancing? And she's fine. Okay. Next, we saw the electric fountain and girl in it. And this is grand. We next went to see the glass blowers. And they have, it sounds safe, yeah, the electric fountain. And they have lots of nice things. And do fine work. Got a something souvenir baby in the bottle? What? Got as souvenir baby in the bottle. I don't know what that is. A pen? Ralph got a pen? Probably. Oh my god, I gotta go back and see if... Oh, he's not writing at the time. I'm like, imagine if Ralph starts writing in a pen. No, this is Georgia. This is her entry. Her extra entry about the carnival. Wouldn't it be so funny if that's when he switched to writing in the pen that he was randomly writing in a little bit? Okay. The first thing in evening... is Mr. Lagar on the special Tower? Spherical? It's either special or maybe she was trying to say spherical. Tower. Sounds almost like an odds and curiosity type carnival. I know, we didn't get this much detail before. I absolutely love this. He goes up. Oh, she's gonna tell us. He goes up on a ball and down partway, up again, and then pulls a rope and fireworks go off. Again, so safe. All over him. And they are just fine. He simply is grand. This ball weighs 60 pounds. Wow, she's fascinated. Is wood covered with canvas? Sorry if it's being blocked. I can't really zoom in enough. Maybe I should move Ralph's little picture. I'll move him down here. Yeah, this is Georgia. Hold on. Where am I? Weighs 60 pounds. Is wood covered with canvas about 2.5 inches thick. Wow, she knows a lot of specifics. I feel like I really want to look now. Diary detectives. Do you want me to wait for you? I'll wait for you. But that is such a cool review, yeah. Let's see what the next one is. We still should do July 21st because we have already read that entry, so. Let me just write down, that was July 8th, right? Look now, there's loads to look at tonight. Okay, thank you. So I'll open up, what is the July 21st one about? Oh, Farewell. Oh my God. This is awesome because this is answering our question. Farewell at Chet Shaw's for Ellen and Earl Shepherd. Remember she said it was a farewell for them and we were like suspicious that it was the same couple that came back that had just been married, and there we go. There's our answer, and now we can find them too. I'll save them for later. But it was July 7th, thank you. Okay. I'm going to go to the newspaper. I'm going to look at July 1903. We've already found articles about the carnival, but I could look up some specific like people that they've mentioned. So how about we start with Hinder the Mystery. And in Waterloo, Iowa. And what's cool is this carnival took place right outside her house. Like it was literally in the streets outside her house. Let's see what mystery. Oh no. Oh, here it is Hindu. Probably attracted the most people during the evening. Can you guys see? There we go. This entertainment certainly surpasses anything in the line of jugglery. Oh, it's juggling. Ever seen in this city. The many astounding acts performed by the magician surely justifies the statement of the announcer that he is the man who mystifies the world. The girl from up there, that's the second thing she mentioned, in her picture in serpentine dances, also attracted large crowds. The electrical features of this entertainment are very beautiful, and it pleased the ladies and children most. I'm jealous we don't get fairs and traveling carnivals here like you have in the States. Yeah, we do have a lot of fairs. I don't really go to a lot of them, but we do in the summer. There's quite a few that are seasonal. Leger, or Lagar, in his wonderful open-air performance on the Spiral Tower. Is that what she said? Oh, she sang Spiral Tower. She did not know how to spell that. Okay, I'm gonna fix that. Spiral. I want to know about the souvenir baby in a bottle. Yeah, she said spiral. I'm gonna change it. Where? Here. Spiral. Tower. Hold on. Here. eased the entire crowd in attendance. His aerial work is a feature which more than repays the admission fee at the gate, and the Spiral Tower will certainly draw great crowds before the end of the week. I forgot that I should be doing this on the bigger screen for you guys. It's the same size for me, so I forget, but this is now the bigger one. So I'm going to do it there. And this is just for typing. Okay. The old plantation. Oh, see, I hate when there's like racist stuff. Unfortunately, we always have to remember that that's like the times back then, but I don't like that. What was the next thing? She actually didn't even go to that one, so that's good. Electric fountain, Ferris wheel, Tom Thumb railway. This is the miniature railway she was talking about. Probably the attraction which grew the greatest crowd of the evening was the Tom Thumb, or Tomb Thumb, probably supposed to be Tom. The miniature locomotive and cars on which the visitors are given a ride is a curiosity well worth seeing. The locomotive is perfectly built. I think they have some typos. And hauls its train with ease from one end of the grounds to the other on a track which is barely more than a foot in width. That's cute. Okay. Anything else that she mentions? Oh, the electrical fountain. Display of fireworks. Wow. A feature of the carnival is the uniform kindness and courtesy of all persons connected with the carnival company. Wow. Oh, something happened? An investigating committee was sent by the WCTU to make rounds and determine the character of the performances. It is believed they found everything as advertised strictly moral and above reproach from every point. At least no complaint was made to the officers up to 10 o'clock this morning. The investigation was welcomed by the carnival management and the Board of Trade, as neither care to have an attraction on the grounds which could be criticized in any manner. Wow, such upstanding carnival. Carnival gates were opened at 1 o'clock. Okay. Now, do we have baby in a bottle in here anywhere? No matches. I don't know if I'd be able to find anything in the newspaper about that. No. Oh, Ringling Brothers had an elephant named Baby Boo. I think we saw that when she went to the carnival. So cool, all these old newspapers have been digitized. Yes, I agree. Not all of them, unfortunately. It's always like the one you're trying to find that's not digitized, but we have found quite a bit from these diaries in the newspaper, which is really nice. All right. So we'll keep going. I'm going to... I'll remember that I looked that up and found some stuff. I'll copy that into my little book later. My scrapbook kind of thing that I keep going with all the entries that we've read so far. And that's on my website if you want to see any of the pictures. So let's read the July 21st one, and then we'll jump back and we'll be back on our normal reading schedule. So July 21st. This is what she wrote in the original entry. Got up at 6:40, helped with dishes, swept some, went to office, helped with dinner and dishes, went to office, got supper, and done dishes. R and I went to Chet's to spend the evening as a farewell was given for Ellen and Earl. Had a lovely time, 16 there. Started to go at 10:15, and then the boys brought us uptown and got us a soda. Had a jolly time. Went to bed at 11:30. So... Oh yeah, Rachel said, so frustrating when you look for a paper and they have the year but not the month you're looking for. I haven't run into that specifically, but that is frustrating. I've been trying to find like a certain paper before and I can't find it digitized anywhere. Like, I know that they have the article or the obituary that I'm looking for, and that's frustrating enough. But yeah, to have just that hole right where you need it, that's so annoying. Okay, so I'm going to make a note that this is in memos in back of diary. Farewell at Chet Shaw's for Ellen and Earl Shepherd as they left next morning for Minnesota, where they expect to make their home. Those present were, okay, hold on. I'm going to write down Minnesota, because that will be an important clue for us later. Those present were Ellen and Earl. Oh, I didn't know that, Nikki. I'll have to learn how to search Google for the newspapers. I've done like, it's called like archive.org or something, and it probably, I think it has like everything. Or Internet Archive, it's called. Has like everything on the internet in there that you can search, but it's hard to, just like we were talking about in the last Patreon meeting with Ancestry, like you have to know how to search it right to find what you need. And I'm not good with, like, I don't know Google's, all the little tips and tricks. I need to learn the Ancestry ones too. Ellen and Earl, Lou and Bertha Aiken, Rose and James Bryden and baby Lee, cute, Will Fox and wife, Gertrude K and Geo Freese. Okay, that's a clue, because we had Freese before. Gertrude K, Geo, probably George. Thank you. Mabel D and Chaz. Chill, Myrtle, R, and Chet. Is it Gertrude R? Could be, yeah. It looks like a K to me, but I'm gonna write R too, just in case. It doesn't look like it's connected, is the only thing. Chet, Chill, Myrtle R, and Chet S. And Ralph and myself. Okay, so the next memo entry is September 3rd. So we're not going to read that yet. But how are we going to remember that September 3rd has another entry? We'll just have to keep checking back. So now we scoot back down to August 12th, because that's where we left off in Georgia's diary. Ralph is going to come back at the end of August. So once we catch up to him, we'll have both columns going. So, got up. Oh no, this is August 11th. Still, got up at 6:45. Helped with work. Ironed. Allie and I went to train at RI at 9:25. Helped with dinner. Allie and I went to Denver at 1. I don't think she's talking about Denver, Colorado, but and back at 4. Walked all around town and saw the sights. Hitched up when we got back and went to 4:40 train. then to GW to meet R as he came back from something. I'm gonna have to look in the actual diary for that because it goes off the edge. Denver, Iowa. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, and I think she's talking about the Rock Island Railroad again, and this must be the Great Western Railroad, I think. I don't know. I think it's Chicago Great Western, but maybe there's a Great Western too. August 12th. This is Ralph's. They look exactly the same. They have the same diary. August. I should check Ralph's for extra entries too. He might have some back in the back of the diary. August 12th. He it's Old Wine, like in the last entry. He went to this town, Old Wine. That's what she wrote. How do you spell it? Old Wine. Okay. Can you zoom out a tiny bit? Yes, I can try. It's annoying because when I hit zoom out like once, let me do it here actually. There we it goes out too far. I can move it up. Just have to do this. Let me see what happens if I hit zoom once. Yeah, it goes in too far. Okay. Helped with supper and dishes. Yes, Olween. Oh, it's spelled E-I-N. Thank you. Did I do that right the time before? No, I spelled it wrong. Someone else, Georgia might have spelled it wrong, but maybe not. Olween. Helped with supper and dishes. Hold on, gotta find it. We went probably and took grandma home and then sang a while. How wholesome. Came back and went downtown for a soda. Then house or home and to bed at 10:30. Okay. August 13th. Trying to find the best setup here. Is that too zoomed out or is that good? Got up, it's good, okay. Got up at 6:40. Helped with dishes and other work. Allie and I took horse and went to train at RI Depot, or RI, not even Depot, and went up to Grandma's. And to store and home. Helped with dinner and dishes. Took horse and took Grandma over to Mrs. Holland's. The carnival souvenir was probably a vintage chalkware baby statue. Not sure about the bottle. Oh, I'm curious about this now. Oh, carnival chalkware. Oh, I gotta learn about this now. That's cool. And maybe it was just in the bottle. Like, that's how they sold it. I'm writing that down. That'll be a great deep dive. Okay. I took Grandma over to Mrs. Holland's. Then up to Grandma's again. I keep losing my spot with this one. And home. Went downtown and back. Do you know the yeah, I keep moving things around to try to fix stuff, and then like something else will get cut off. For now, I'm just leaving the text like this because eventually we're gonna have to read Ralph's again, and I'm gonna have to do the format all over again. So the feedback I got last time was that the diary itself is more like people want to see that more. So I'm just like dealing with the text being cut off. I had to move to a portrait view. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm going to move this down because you can't read the top. I had to move to portrait because we've had guests on the live, which has been fun, but it only lets you do that, or it only lets you do it in a certain format if you're on portrait mode. It's confusing. Probably doesn't make any sense what I'm saying, but thank you for the follow, Kathy. Went downtown and back. And then took Allie to train as she went home. Then I went after Grandma and took her home. George is always driving everybody around. And then went north of town after the boys. And then helped do dishes. Went to bed at 10. No, I can't change it from landscape to portrait during the live. You can see what happens if you rotate your screen. I don't know at this point what happens, but it doesn't let me change those things when you already start a live. It's only before. All right, August 14th. It's surprisingly, it doesn't seem that bad to be in portrait mode. I thought it was going to be horrible because in landscape I could fit everything so much nicer, but it really isn't, I don't think, that bad. It depends what the chat covers for you guys, because I actually can't see, unless I hit mobile preview, I can't see what the chat does, but like my face is completely covered by the chat, right? But I don't really know where else to put it. I don't want to cover up the diary itself, so. All right, got up at 6:50. For you, the chat covers the typing. Yeah, that's another issue. I just don't know like what to do about it. You could close the chat, but then you don't get to see what people are saying, which sucks. I could put myself like at the bottom. Like I could put this in the middle, but this would have to be smaller. Like the diary pages itself would have to be smaller. And then you can't read as much. Oh, you guys see like way less than I think you see on the edges. I could put myself there. And then this is still blocked by the chat though. Right? I don't know what to do. It stinks. The portrait mode doesn't lend well. I could put that here and me. Why can't I grab me? And me here. And Ralph, where? Here? I don't know what to do with them. Let's see what people are saying. I'm not even looking at the chat right now. Hold on. Could you put on the bottom left and the typing further right? Could I put who on the bottom left? Me? Is that what I did? Oh, perfect. Good. Okay, we'll try this. I'm always up to trying new things. The only problem is when we have Ralph, we're going to have a problem, but we'll figure it out. Everything went black for you. Oh no. You might need to leave and come back, Jesse. Unless everyone else says that, then I'll leave and come back, but I can see the preview. Fine. It's like, there's always a problem. Got up at 6:50. Well, you might be thinking everything went black at the bottom, because it is kind of. It is. I made it so that the... Thank you. Elise is like, can we get back to typing, please? I made it so that the Google Doc is a little disguised. So it might look weird. Got up at 6:50. You may need to move it when you switch to each person. Yeah, I might need to. But as of right now, I like can't. I'd have to move the actual thing. I can't really like scroll across, if that makes sense. But I can figure it out. You had to go out of the app and back in. It was just your voice. How strange. That is weird. TikTok is so glitchy. Got up at 6:50. Helped with dishes. Let's just use Elise's transcription. She worked so hard. Rob went up to... Or, hold on. Wait. Rob went up to Grandpa's, took a walk, came back and played. Where's that? Oh, down at the bottom. Okay, that's R and I. Okay, I have to read the top first. Got up at 6:50, helped with dishes. Took Grandma downtown. She's carting Grandma around. And to train as... Oh, I think she was visiting maybe, and as she went to LaPorte. That's where her family lives, her mom's side. Or her dad's side, I think. Helped do other work. Mended and started dinner. Went after the boys at Westfield. That's where they're working on a bridge. Helped do dishes, of course. Took the boys out to work, then came back. Cloudy and rained, or then, hold on, and then I came back. Cloudy and rained. Myrtle stopped to see me. We have a picture of Myrtle. This is Myrtle. I always get Mabel and Myrtle confused. This is Myrtle. This is her later on, but still her. Okay, helped get supper and do dishes. R and I, this is where Elise's transcription comes in. R and I went up to Grandpa's, took a walk, and came back and played Flinch. Flinch is their card game of choice. Went to bed at 10:45. For those of you who don't know, a lot of you know this, and this is just, I always repeat myself, but I actually bought a copy of the game Flinch that they played, and this copy is from 1904. So it's pretty old. It's a card game. They still make it today, so it's a classic card game. I never played it growing up, but I didn't play many card games at all. So it's pretty cool that we can play the same game as they did. Okay. August 15th. Got up at 6:40. Helped with dishes and other work. Took their dinner out. Oh, okay. I was like, wow, that doesn't make sense. It's because I skipped a line. Helped with dishes and other work. Swept. Took boys out to work. Took their dinner out to them. So when she's talking about the boys who are working, I don't know who all of them are, but I know one of them would be Ralph. And this is Ralph. This is actually Ralph during the same year of the diary, and his picture is up in the corner too. Sorry, I can't tell what you guys can see. There he is. I should be opening this in this one. I need to get used to it. Sorry, I switched the whole format and I forget what I'm doing now. This is Ralph. Ralph's brother is also an engineer, so it's possible he's working with him. This is Ralph's brother, Clifford. And then Georgia's dad, Martin. M.L. Newton is what he usually goes by. He is also the city engineer and a surveyor, so it's possible he's also there. They're building a bridge, or working on the bridge. Do we think that Ralph is lodging with them now? I think so. We haven't found any, like, clear evidence of that, but she always talks about, like, waiting for him to get up, and they go to bed at around the same time, so it seems like they must be just next door. They're obviously not living together because they're not married yet. They will be, but I don't think at that time that would be a thing. So I think he rented a room from her family, because they rented out rooms in their house, or I think like in an apartment attached to their house. In the census, you can see like 6 or 7 people living there as boarders, so it would make sense if he was renting a room. He's there all the time. Yeah, exactly. And he works for her dad, so that also kind of like makes sense. I would love to know how they met. Like, I think they met through her dad. Like, he must have started working for her dad and met her. But did he move in there and he was going to work for her dad? He moved in and then they met? I don't know. We're missing a whole year. We have his 1901 diary where he obviously doesn't know her. He's working on another railroad. He's in another city. And then we don't have 1902. This is 1903, where they already know each other. They're spending a bunch of time together. They're engaged or about to be. I assume they're already engaged, but I would love to read the 1902 one. Took their dinner out to them. Went downtown twice. Went after the boys. Took R to town as he went home at 5. Went up to Grandpa's and down to, I know we need that diary, and down to see Mill Mears. That name sounds familiar. Helped with supper and then went downtown twice with Effie to market. Effie ethics to market to see Myrtle. I gotta fix Myrtle. Hold on. Read a while. Went to bed at 11:15. Some days I'm really on it with the typing and some days I'm not. Myrtle. Okay. So, I just thought of something. I don't think I added Judy to my thank you Patreon thing. I'm going to add that quick. Judy joined us last week. We're excited to have her in our Discord group. Okay. Gotta be famous, right? At the top of the live stream. August 16th. Thanks for the follow, Shelby. Got up at 8:15. That's late. Helped with, I guess because it's Sunday, with work. Read a while. Helped with dinner and dishes. R came back at noon. Got ready and went down to Myrtle's a while. Then took 5 car to Cedar Falls to see dress parade of soldiers who are camping up there. Okay, so that's something we can look up after. The parade on August 16th. I have to get used to stopping earlier so that we can have the research time at the end. It's kind of not how I usually do things. I usually just keep typing until I'm too tired to type anymore, or Ian made dinner. So I gotta like try to plan ahead. Okay, to see dress parade of soldiers who are camping up there. Got back at 10. Thank you, Sydney. Went down and got a soda. Went to bed at 10:50. Cloudy in morning, but cleared off fine. Was awful tired when I got home. I'm wondering if we even will make it to when Ralph starts writing again. It was the 23rd, right? Maybe we should read up until then, do the research that I have the list of, like the things I wanted to look up, and then next week we start fresh and we'll have Ralph's perspective in there again. And I can also have time to figure out how the heck I'm gonna set up the stream. New follower here from Italy. I'm fascinated by old stuff. They carry so much with them till today. Yes, so cool. I'm glad you're here. All of us, especially I have a Patreon group we're called the Diary Detectives. We are all obsessed with that kind of thing. So I'm glad that you're joining us and that you like the same things. How did you get into doing this? My sister also loves stuff like this, but it's more so our ancestry. I got into this. I always have liked, I never know how to really describe it because I never was a huge history person in school. Like I didn't necessarily like the subject of history in high school, but I always liked going to old cemeteries and like exploring, which sounds weird, but it's just what it is. And like finding old photos and wondering who the people were and learning, digging up old stuff in my woods. I found all these like buttons and old things in an old junk pile. So I've always liked old things and been drawn to things like this, but I ended up finding a diary from 1917 at an estate sale. And I wasn't looking for a diary. Like at that time I had never even thought, I'd never looked for one. I'd never read through an old diary, but that's kind of what started it. I just thought, oh, this is super cool. They're going to get rid of it. I'm going to buy it. And then I read through it and it was the coolest thing. I'm still reading through it over and over again today because the girl who wrote it is fascinating. And she was really well off in Brooklyn in 1917. So there's a ton of articles about her. If you are a new follower on my TikTok page, that's what like started my TikTok. I was making videos about her diary, and you can find them still, but they're pretty buried. If you go on my YouTube page, it's a little bit easier to see the videos in order. But yeah, it was a super lucky find, and that's what started it. So then from there, I was researching her diary for years, just that one. And I'm still I have still not run out of things to research on hers. But I started to branch out. I wanted to do like live streams, and I had a couple of other diaries I wanted to read through, and we read through 3 from the 1940s together on here, and we together put together the pieces, like who the diary writer was, where they lived. That was really cool because it was fun to do it myself, but it was really cool to do it with all of you guys. So that's kind of where I don't know if that answered the question, but that's where it started, from that one diary at the estate sale. That one lucky find. All right. We'll read through a couple more. We'll go up to when Ralph starts again. And then we can do like a research sesh. Oh, cool. Hopi strawberry berry. That's so awesome. I love stuff like this. Well, thank you. You're in the right place then. Got up at 6:40. I come on here every Thursday usually to work on this diary, and someone asked, are they engaged or they got engaged? No, so Jen, I'm still just assuming that they're engaged. We know they're going to get married in December. They haven't mentioned a true engagement yet, so I'm just making an assumption that it happened before 1903, the diary, but we'll see. It might happen soon. Maybe they have a short engagement. I don't know. That would be cool, though. Helped with work. Took boys out to work. Took my buggy. It's so cool. To shop to have it fixed. She doesn't usually call it a buggy. I've been dying and upset. I've missed some of the lives. Oh! I hope you're okay. Or have you been really sick or something? Or you're upset because you're dying because you missed it. But no problem. Ask me any questions you want. I will answer them. Thank you, Chrissy, for the follow. Oh, nice. Thanks, Vita. Yeah, I've got a lot of the stuff on YouTube. It's kind of like hard to navigate probably, but everything is there pretty much. I haven't uploaded every single video to YouTube, but most of the important ones are there. Busy at work on Thursday, still here at 7 p.m. Oh, man. That stinks. Oh, I was saying before I stopped, I got distracted. Next week I'm going live on Wednesday, not Thursday. So I always pretty much go live on Thursdays. Next week I'm switching it because it's Halloween on Thursday. So if you are going to forget that, register for the live event that's on my page. It's free to register. You just can like sign up so that it notifies you. Tay is writing her PhD thesis and listening to this. Oh my god. Good luck. Last time I saw you, you were on Wednesday and switching to Thursday. Oh, yeah. So I was taking master's classes. Speaking of PhDs, that's much more intense. But I was taking my master's classes, and every semester it would change. But now I'm done, so it's going to be Thursday for the next foreseeable future. All right. Well, except for next week. Next week is Wednesday. Took my buggy to shop to have it fixed. Okay, hold on. Lovely day. Mended. Helped with dinner and dishes. Thank you, Cassidy, for the follow. I don't know if I said that already, but took Hector. I try to thank you guys if I see it. Sometimes I miss it. Hey, Corinne. Just got back from Costco. I have never been to Costco, but I've heard that it's amazing. I've been to BJ's, which is similar, but I've heard Costco is fantastic. We don't have one close enough to us for it to be worth it to go, but my friends go a lot. Took Hector and went after buggy. Hector is the horse. And went downtown up to call on Mill Mears. Then to Grandma's a while and home. I went after fought more than you planned to. Yep, that's what I hear about it. I went after the boys, also with horse. Helped with supper, dishes, went to bed at 9:30. All right, so what diary detectives do I have here that are interested in coming on? It's okay if you're not. If no one wants to come on tonight, that's fine. But if you want to come on for the research session in like 10-ish, maybe 15 minutes, let me know. And it's okay if you also like want to come on but don't want to be the only one. I won't make you be the only one. So just let me know. If no one wants to come up, I'll just do it on here. It can be a not every week kind of thing. So August 18th, got up at 6:45, helped with dishes, took boys out to work, came back and helped with washing, get dinner and do dishes, ironed, nearly all p.m. Got ready. Went after. The boys came back and got supper and done dishes. It rained a while in the evening. Went to bed at 10. I'm gonna check on the, the dishes count. We're now at 458 mentions of dishes this year. So that could be Georgia or Ralph, but most of them are from Georgia. Ralph doesn't do the dishes as often as she does. She does it like 3 times a day. And when she's doing all of those dishes, I think it's for the people who board in her parents' house. So almost like she's the housekeeper in a bed and breakfast. August 19th, got up at 6:30. Helped with dishes, ironed. Helped with dinner and dishes. Helped sew a little. Hitched up, and Mama and I went up to Grandma's to tea and came home and got supper for the folks. Took a little walk. Went to bed at 10. Okay. Moving this so TikTok knows I'm alive. I'll do a couple more. That's okay, Corinne. No worries, no pressure. I just want to offer it in case anyone wants to, because I know some people want to and some people don't. I haven't seen as many of the detectives in here today, so I think maybe it's a tough night. Got up at 6:30. Helped with dishes, mended and served or sewed. Seaweed. Sewed and done other work. Oh, thank you. Hey, Penny. Well, Penny, if you want to, I don't know if you heard this, but if you want to come on to the live chat, let me know, but no pressure. Mended and sewed and done other work. Helped with dinner and dishes. Worked on fancy work a while. That's like embroidery and sewing. Helped with supper and dishes. Went to bed at 10. After work was done, R and I took horse and went for a drive about an hour. Okay, so I'll read the next 2, and then I'll do a little bit of research on some things I wrote down, and then we'll call it a night, because I don't want to start reading Ralph and then stop, because he's going to come back after a while. He hasn't written in like 2 months. August 21st. I just saw someone pop in with the last name Shoemaker. There are people in this diary named Shoemaker, like the last name. Got up at 6:30. Helped with dishes, sewed and mended. Yeah, actually, you know what's funny? Let me take a little side. I was hoping you didn't just come in and then leave and didn't hear that, because it's pretty cool. I wonder if I have a picture of any of them. It was the other diary, actually, the 1895 diary. She was talking about this woman, Mary Shoemaker. Unfortunately, she died early of typhoid fever. So she died in 1904, but I wonder if she'll be in the 1904 diary then. So in 1895, something must have happened where she mentioned Mary Shoemaker. You're not from Iowa, are you? Our family's not from Iowa? Because that's where these people are. And there are pictures of the Shoemakers in some old books. Oh man, I guess I don't have the picture because I just remember that name. That's so interesting. I'm gonna have to follow this one. Yeah, actually. So, if you do find that you're from Iowa, there are these books called... Here they are. They're like the history of Black Hawk County. They have pictures of all these people. I wonder, can I like search them? This is in 1910. Yeah, I don't get on the FYP that often anymore. But good to see you. South Carolina. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, it could be like a common last name. It just, when I saw it, it jogged my memory. Where did all those pictures go now? Here. Okay, hold on. Let me just see if any of these... Yeah, shoemaker. So if you do find out you're from over there, you should look at these more closely, because not every name is listed to be able to search, but who knows? Yeah, here's a shoemaker. These are from, well, I don't know what town he's from, it doesn't say, but like Black Hawk County, Iowa. So the shoemakers that she was talking about were from LaPorte City, I think. Oh, cool. Yeah, you should look at these. They're free to look at. It's on historicmapworks.com. If you guys are on, if you have a Discord, you can join I have a free Discord page, and I can share these links with you if you want to message me on Discord or something. Because I have a whole bunch of links of random old Iowa history stuff that we have looked at. So, yeah, or message me on Instagram or TikTok and just tell me what you want to see. Look at this picture. We should just look at these sometime. All these old pictures. I wonder where the shoemaker is on here. I love these pictures. I don't know. Everyone's so serious. Actually, he's smiling. Okay, cool. There's two different Discords. One is the free Discord, which is like announcements I say when I'm going to go live in there. I could post these links if you wanted me to in there. And then there's the Patreon level Discord, which is like that times 10. And we have, oh, here's the guy, Shoemaker, Francis Marion Shoemaker. On that Discord, we do research together, and it's much more in-depth. It's like a club, and we do virtual meetings and stuff. But the free Discord, you should be able to click on the link in my bio to join it. If it doesn't work, if it says the link is expired, you have to go through Instagram to do it. Because for some reason, TikTok doesn't let that link work sometimes. But if you go to my Instagram, then go to my link tree, it will let you join. I'm sorry that it's so complicated, but I've tried to fix it many times and it doesn't let me. I didn't know you had a Discord. Yeah, I have two Discords, so I just kind of explained it. So TikTok doesn't show me when you're live anymore. I know. So I have a way that you can register for my lives. If you want to go to my profile, you can... I'll show you. Because this is an issue that a lot of people were bringing up. It doesn't put me on the For You page anymore, like at all. You'll notice on my page, I've got 77,000 followers and under 1,000 people see my videos. It's kind of sad, but there's no way to really control it. If you go to my profile, it's going to say like live event today at 6 p.m. But if you click on that, it'll tell you the next time I'm going live. I try to create, okay, the bell notification I've heard doesn't always work. Well, that's good to know you found me on the FYP, but usually they don't put me on there. If you register for those events, people have said that does notify them, but it's like up and down, whether it will even do that, which I wish there was a way that I could send out something, but the only way that I've found is that Discord. And I pretty consistently, the day that I'm going live, I send a little, like a reminder. Or if it's going to change, I can tell you guys there. Like next week is Wednesday instead of Thursday. So thank you for taking a tangent from your last name. You're very welcome, Mallory. Oh man, it's funny. Those things like that, I would never have heard that last name before. And then this diary, like, it's funny what lives in my brain now. Like, whoa, you're famous, Mallory. Okay, anyways, let's keep going. We're going to read one more, and then I'm going to do some research and then go eat some dinner. So, helped with dishes. Sewed and mended, helped with dinner and dishes. Sewed a while. Yeah, what helps with the For You page is if you guys are liking and sharing, which a lot of people are today, so I think that might be why. And like a lot of people have, I don't know how many, but I've gotten quite a few people who followed today. It says 12, but I feel like more people I've seen. Anyways, that helps. And it's kind of like when people comment and like it, it shares it out. But I don't want to spend my whole entire life saying, guys, keep liking it, because that's annoying. So I just do my thing. Helped with supper and dishes after work done. R and I took Hector. Yeah, we must please the algorithm gods. Yes, and the problem is we never know what they want. Because for a while, it was really pumping out the live to almost too many people at once. Like, people were coming in here like, what the heck are you doing? You know? But whatever. My videos, it's so discouraging to make a video and have like nobody see it too. Because I know when people follow me, they're interested in what I'm doing, so they want to see the video, but it doesn't show them the video. It's irritating. Okay, went to bed at 10. I have another video ready to go too from the 1917 diary. I've been doing that one again. But it's a lot of work. August 22nd. Got up at 6:30. Helped with dishes and all other work. Got dinner. Thanks for the follow, C. Horowitz 01 and Delaney. Got dinner and dishes. Took horse, Mama and I went out to McClellan's after cucumbers. Okay. Helped with supper and dishes. They must be the cucumber dealers. Went downtown, R and I, to market to see Myrtle. Poor lady never mentions her own feelings. Yeah, it seems like in general the older diaries that we read, they don't really focus on feelings that much. It's very much like, this is what I did today, and this is who I was with, and this was the weather. Like, that's a common theme. There were a couple of times where she shared her feelings, like when her and Ralph got in a fight. So there are times when she lets it kind of, or when she says like, oh my god, I had so much fun at the carnival. Like, it's kind of cool to see the little glimpses of her emotions. But yeah, she doesn't really share a lot of that. It's very like cut and dry. She does a lot of dishes and she seems fine about it, but I'd be like, oh my god, I had to do dishes again. Her hands, oh, you know what's funny? I was just gonna say her hands must be chapped, like her hands must be all dry. And in the back of her diary, she literally, I just took a picture of this today. Oh, here. So she has these memos in the back of her diary, and she has a recipe for chapped hands. That's why she has chapped hands, because she does so many dishes, I bet. That's hilarious. I feel like it's somehow adorable. Where do you find these? These diaries, I don't know if Maria is in here today, but this set of diaries, which is from 1895 to 1907, were donated to us as a project, because we had I had read through a few on here that were from eBay. They were from Iowa also. So I was trying to figure out who the writers were of that diary and find relatives to return them to. And in the process, an article was written about the project in a newspaper from Iowa. And someone read that article and reached out to me and said, I have these other diaries if you want it for like your next project. So that's where we got these. But I've gotten them from eBay. I've gotten them from estate sales. And now a few of them have been donated. Oh, and Maria, I've said your name, but so Maria donated a diary to us that we read on the Patreon group. I don't know why I got confused. Well, if Maria's here, thank you, Maria. But these were donated by a man in Iowa named Dan. Diaries then are not like what we as kids and teens thought of them. Yes, to tell your deepest, darkest secrets. Thank you, Sipsy Gypsy. Cute name too. But that is helpful. So yeah, they all come from different places. I read some of them on here live, and some of them are my Patreon group. Get them. But actually, I have the one that Maria sent right here, so I'm going to take it out. Give her a shout out. So this is it's technically supposed to be a 5-year diary, so there's like a section for each year, and you write a little blurb about what you did on that day, that year. But hers, it's more like a 30-year diary. Like, she sporadically writes in it, and her daughter writes in it too, which is funny. So it's all out of order, and it's been fun to try to put the pieces together with the diary detectives. I'm trying to see what I'm showing you. So that is the handwriting of the daughter, and up there is the handwriting of the mother. And yeah, it's just all mixed up, jumbled. All right, so why don't I switch gears for like 10 minutes before I go to eat. And there's a few people that I wanted to look up. If any of the diary detectives do want to come on, just let me know, and I'll let you. I can even, I'll open up the multi-guest thing, and if you want to request, you can, and if you don't, it doesn't matter to me either way. I think it should be open to request if you want to. Let me know if you want to and you can't find it, but I'm going to start with, now that we know the name, we know Mr. and Mrs. Earl Shepherd. Is Shepherd with an E or an A? Okay. Now, Nikki, do you see? Okay, I see you. Hold on. Okay, one thing I have to do before I let you come in is I have to put my headphones on, because I remember last time it was like super echoey for everybody. Hold on. Okay. Hopefully this works. Oh, and then I have to do this. One other thing. Okay, hopefully I can hear you now. There's so many things that I need to change just in order. Oh, hey! Okay, cool. Can everybody in the chat also hear me and Nikki? Once I put the headphones in, it gets complicated. I gotta change a bunch of settings. Cool. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Nikki. So Nikki is one of my diary detectives, my Patreon subscribers. So we've been trying this new thing where at the end of a live, or I don't know, in the middle, we'll see, we can have the diary detectives come on as like a little perk of being a Patreon subscriber, and we can do some research together. So maybe we can look up first. I'm gonna see what Earl Shepherd, what comes up here in 1903. That was January, but in all of Iowa, or yeah. Well, there's Ellen Shepherd too. I don't exactly know how the last name is spelled. Yeah, we could even look. So they ended up, this is what I know about them. They were married, I think, in 1903, or maybe late 1902. Probably, I don't know. It could be January 1903 or maybe December 1902. And it's Mr. and Mrs. Earl Shepherd. So Ellen and Earl Shepherd, they visited Waterloo for a time. I don't know if they lived there first, but then they went to Minnesota. So they might have like a find a grave in Minnesota or something. I'm looking up Shepherd and getting like random stuff, so. Maybe I'll look in Minnesota. Earl Shepherd. So I found someone's grandson in Minneapolis named Earl Shepherd, and they had a party for him in November. I don't know. Maybe I'll look up Ellen. Or maybe I need to expand from, 1903 to 1910. He's only mentioned that one time. Alright. I can look on, are you looking on Find a Grave, Nikki? I can look on Ancestry. Okay. Oops. I'm gonna look up Earl, because I don't know what her maiden name is. I also don't know if it's spelled, that doesn't look right. Shepherd. Since you don't have a subscription to newspaper or Ancestry, I don't think it'd be much help. You could look on Find a Grave if you want. And, or Family Search too. That's free. I know, Ancestry and newspapers are so expensive. Earl Shepherd. He might have lived in Minnesota. Birth year, I'm gonna guess. When was Georgia born? 1878, I think. 1880, I'm gonna guess. Plus or minus 5 years. His spouse is named Ellen. And marriage in 1903, maybe. They threw rice at them, so I feel like they have to have gotten married then. Okay. Earl Shepherd. I know, it's hard sometimes to start with hardly any information, because if I knew where he lived before, I'm not really finding anything either. Unless it's... And if I look her up, I'd be looking her up with her married name. And that doesn't really work. Maybe I should get rid of my guess for how old he is. Try different spellings. Yeah, I don't know how much that matters in Ancestry. I could do like sounds like, similar. That should include if I'm spelling it wrong. There is this guy, but I'll click on it and see what it says. It seems like the information is messed up. Mrs. Earl Shepherd. Okay, well this is, where is this? Oh no, that's someone who died. That's not her. Okay. I don't know, sometimes it's easy to find people and sometimes it's not. I could change. It's a what? Yeah, that's what, yes. It's definitely a unfortunate last name to try to be searching, because it's like so... Not only is it a common last name, but then it's also a word. Earl M. Shepherd. Illinois? Oh, wait, no, that's the same... That's someone who died. Minnie Shepherd... Maybe Ellen was from Waterloo. And they came back after she got married, and then... I can also, now that we know that they're connected, Ellen and Earl, I can look up maybe every time she says Ellen. The first time was on January 8th when they went to the depot, the train, to greet her and Earl. And then they had a celebration for them, or they hung out with them and had a party. And Ellen and birth Bertha came to visit at the office. Ellen came over. Earl and Ellen came over. And then they had a farewell. So actually, maybe now that we know that they're the shepherds, maybe there's something in Waterloo about their farewell party. I'm going to just look in 1903, July. Earl. Nothing. Ellen. Oh, and then someone also said to put SHEPARD. Because on newspapers.com, the spelling it does matter. Shepherd. Earl. Ooh. There are some shepherds. Oh no, malaria. But nothing that we're looking for. I wonder if I look in July. If I look up like every possible, or like farewell. No. Bid farewell. Okay, hold on. What's that? That's not it. That sounded almost like it could be. Yeah, I don't know. That might be a later. I thought it was gonna be easier. Leave punctuation out of Mr. and Mrs. I don't want to give it too much that it's looking for, you know? See what these say. Thomas Shepard, no. Editor Shepard has been fined. No, not him. Yeah, that's the only mentions of Shepard. Well, the ampersand messes. I'm pretty sure the ampersand messes that up on newspaper. Maybe not, but. Or when you do. Yeah, it is. Like if I do Earl and Ellen. No, it worked. Okay. There's something that you can't do on newspapers. I forget what it is, but it gets all screwed up when you. A certain. Punctuation. Oh, it's when you do an abbreviation, I think. Maybe anytime they say Earl and Ellen? I don't know. Or E. Shepard? I don't know. I think we might have to say we'll keep that one for the diary detectives and I'll spend a little more time on my own on it. I'll put a star. Okay, well, we can look up some of the other friends that were mentioned. So we have Mabel D. Hold on. Mabel D is in here. Mabel Dunham, I think. And I'm curious. Okay, marries Charles Stull. So she mentioned Mabel D and Clarence Bryden. So I don't know if they came to the party together. They didn't get married. But this is Mabel. But we could look up Charles Bryden, who would be in Waterloo around that time. So maybe I'll look him up in 1903 and then we can go from there if we find him. Margaret Bryden. So there's other Brydens too. Rose and James also. Maybe sometimes Find a Grave is the best place to start. Oh, Clarence. Did I look that up? Did I say the wrong name? Yeah, I did Charles. Clarence Bryden. We'll see in Iowa. Okay, well, there is a Clarence Bryden, but that's not him. This one might be him. Let's see if there are any. Okay. He's married to a Mabel, which is interesting because she mentioned a Mabel, but she said Mabel D. So I thought it was Mabel Dunham, who was the other girl, but maybe it's that Mabel. We'll see. Clarence Bryden and Rose and James. Does he have he has a brother named James. So this is him. Yeah, Billion Graves is another good one. I don't usually use Billion Graves as much, unless it just comes up as a link somewhere else, but that is a good one. I shouldn't forget to look there. Okay, this is interesting. Wife Rose Bryden was born in Minnesota. And that's where Earl and Ellen went to. And they're all at the same party together. So I wonder if they're relatives. I don't know. No, but I wonder if I click on Rose. Does she have an Ellen? No. But it doesn't mean she's not there. Sometimes it's hard to find. Find a Grave doesn't list everybody. It only lists the people who they have graves of. But that's definitely an idea. When I clicked on Rose, did it have an obituary? Not much information. Well, at least we know this is definitely the James and Clarence. Wonder if we can find a picture of James and Rose. That's a funeral of someone. I'm gonna have to just look up James Bryden. Oh, he was injured in an accident. Oh, Philadelphia. Oh, whoa, another fatality resulting from ballpark accident. Okay, that's not him, but side note. June 21st. Oh, I was thinking July 21st. We were paying attention to, but okay, but Clarence and John are both mentioned in this, so this is them. Oh, in Denver, Iowa. Remember she went to Denver? Where does this come from? I'm looking for relatives. Wouldn't that normally be over here? Oh, here. Okay. A Waterloo family reunion. A number of Waterloo people attended a very interesting reunion of the Bryden family at Janesville Saturday. This is the 53rd annual reunion of the family, but previous reunions have all been the traditional Christmas dinner, and the summer gathering this year formed a very pleasant innovation. Wow. The feature of the day was the elaborate dinner served at noon. The Waterloo relatives who attended were Mr. and Mrs. John Bryden, Mr. James and Clarence Bryden, and Miss Harris. Okay, so that's them. I want to find a picture. Like, when did he get married? Is that in his Find a Grave? Well, he died in 1925, so wait, is that James? We'll find... I'll look for James. 1925. See if it says when they get married. James E. Bryden, taken by death. They really, don't sugarcoat these obituaries. Yeah. Okay. When did he get... Okay, married in 1901 to Miss Rose Lee. 1901, there's probably not a picture. Not a lot of luck. Well, we found the carnival we found a bunch with, so that we can't forget that, because that was cool. But I hate when you can't find anything. Were they married in Waterloo? Too many tabs, too many tabs. 1925. I assume he was married to her in Waterloo. Yeah, I know. And it stinks because we have full names. If we spent more time, we would definitely find information about him, but I like when things on live come up easily, quickly, because it's just more entertaining for everybody. But sometimes finding a picture of someone takes hours. Okay. Yeah, that's a good... Is that a subscription one? That's not free? It might be. I know, right? It's a problem. Okay. Then there's Lou and Bertha Aiken. I had found an article about Lou Aiken, but I don't know if it was him. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to find it. It's back on the Discord. I will search him and see if I sent it or if I... No. Lou. I think she spelled it L-O-U. I don't know where it is. Oh, here. Yeah, Lou Aiken. She had spelled it L-O-U-A-I-K-E-N. But that's not him. Or it's not the right spelling, if it is, because then she also spelled it L-E-W-A-K-I-N. So that's good, because when I looked up Lou Aiken, I found some random article, which I could probably find just by doing... I think it was in 1903. Or actually, now I'm getting more. I think I had looked up this. Or maybe this? Because she spells it L-E-W, but... Nothing comes up for Lou Aiken spelled like that, but Lou Aiken. And we now know that he is related somehow to someone named Bertha. Now what's this? Yeah, she did. Yeah, so she said Lou and Bertha Aiken. So maybe that's his sister, or maybe they're married. Wonder if I look up Bertha Aiken. I'm gonna look on Find a Grave. What's wrong, Claude? Oh, it's Basil. Hi, Basil. What are you making noise for? Okay. Oh, Claude's harassing her. That's what's going on. Bertha Aiken. In Iowa? Bertha May Lee Aiken. Waterloo. Probably her. Oh, wow. Look at his name. No wonder why his nickname is Lou. Llewellyn. L-L-E-W-E. Yeah, really? Yeah, I've never seen that before. L-L-E-W-E-L-L-Y-N. Wow. Lou. Okay. So, we found him. We could try to look deeper for a picture. I feel like I might just save these links and maybe go a little deeper later because I'm kind of starving. But at least we found these people. They exist. We now know their birth and death dates, which makes it a lot easier to keep looking. I guess now that we know his... I wonder if they put his full name ever in here. This is like... Yeah, they do have him in the newspaper sometimes. So I'll do like a quick... Because that is a very unique name. So marriage license to Bertha. Okay, so this is him. That's in 1901. Okay, but it doesn't really have... There's nothing about his marriage. Oh, I should not be just searching in Waterloo. I should be searching in all of Black Hawk County. Still. No article about their wedding? I get so much achieved when you're listening. That's awesome. Ooh, Corinne said, what's for dinner? Ian said it was, he was gonna make sausage and rigatoni and peppers and I don't know what else, but it sounds really good. Okay, marriage licenses have been issued. Lou Aiken, Waterloo, Bertha Lee, 22, Waterloo. Yeah. Maybe we can find, now that we know her name is Bertha Lee, her maiden name. I'll look her up later, but the cats are being a little crazy right now. All right, I think I'm going to go eat. Yeah, it sounds good as always, exactly. And I can start to smell it, so that's when I can't resist. I'm also making cookies tonight. I already baked the cookies, but I'm going to ice them for a Halloween party tomorrow, so I'm excited. Gotta go up there and help him. I will, yeah. Yeah, they're gonna be cute. I made them before with little Halloween cookie cutters. They're just like sugar cookies. But I have little ghost cookie cutters and pumpkin and a candy corn shape. And last time I just did them too late and I didn't have time to make icing for them. But this time I'm gonna try to ice them and make them cute. So I'll send you guys pictures for sure. Oh, good point. November. Yeah, I think it's like November 9th. Ah. Okay, thank you for saying that. I wonder, I'll send it on Discord, like as a reminder. I'll add it to my weekly reminders, but I hope people realize that because I can't send reminders on TikTok, unfortunately. But thank you for saying that because I always forget that there's a little bit of delay. Yeah, like what? Are you going a week or an hour late? Yeah. Yeah, how strange that I think yeah, we go back. I think we do it on the 9th, I think. From the 9th to the 10th, like yeah, it's always a Sunday. Heh. Why couldn't they just be the same? Who will ever know? But, alright. So, for a couple of weeks, we'll all be, like, having jet lag. But that's okay. 11:03. Is that when we go? Oh, it's 11:03. It's November 3rd. Is that true? Because I'm in for a surprise. Lately, I don't even notice it. It's so bad. I feel like people don't talk about it anymore. It used to be as a kid. I remember everyone, oh, the clocks go back this weekend. The clocks go back. But I think because we rely on phones so much and computers, you hardly ever actually need to turn a clock back. It's just on my car I'll have to do it. But my phone automatically does it, so I don't even notice. Anyways, yeah, have a good night, everybody. I miss calling popcorn. You too. Thank you, Nikki. Yep. Good to see you and talk to you. I don't know what calling popcorn is. Sipsy gypsy, but... Alright, I'll see you guys next week. Remember, it's Wednesday, and remember, the time might not be the normal time. So definitely sign up for the live notification. That will help. Alright. Have a good night, everybody.